So anyways, you can see she's got like the bright color shoes, sneakers right here. That's Kate Daly. This is basically the movie Lady Psycho Killer or Psycho Killer, as it's called, depending, but this one it says Lady Psycho Killer. And basically, Ella is the main star, so if you don't like Kate Daly, you're not going to like the movie, basically. But I show you those sneakers because there's a few clubs where they have the shoes. See, look. Now you see, look. See, that's the next scene. She's walking with the neighbor, who's going to be Malcolm McDowell, and you can see the shoes are a different color. See what I mean? See, they're a different color. They're a different color. So, you know, it's like kind of funny. But anyways, so this movie is Lady Psycho Killer, and it stars Kate Daly, who when she went to the rehearsal, like, they liked it so much, like they ran and they basically ran after her and everything, and they got her to do the thing. So that's her right there. And she's kind of pretty. She looks better as the movie goes on. It depends on the outfits. And, you know, basically Bianca Beauchamp, she plays a stripper. She's been like femdom movies, fetish movies, stuff like that. So, you know, Ron Jeremy, he plays a strip club owner, and he's a lot of stuff. Baldwin plays the father of a boyfriend in the movie. Malcolm McDowell, you know, from Tank Girl and Silent Night, which is like a bad remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night. Madsen, he plays a teacher, Dr. Douglas. You know him from Reservoir of Dogs, Kill Bill, Sin City, stuff like that. And this is kind of like Clueless Meets Natural Born Killers, or Dexter, or even like something like American Psycho 3, which would be better than American Psycho 2 with Mila Kunis. And you can see that's her mom right there. That's the person that plays the mom. And there's some little spots of her. There's a few like feet spots in her, like a few other things like that. Nothing too crazy. You know, her feet are alright, right? But yeah, so basically she's like a doe-eyed dove. She gets a thing, the people break the sexual norm. Dr. Douglas wrote all these other things, so it kind of influences, and she decides to be like a friggin' serial killer, because most of them are men. And then she goes around, supposedly she kills 17 men, though it's also difficult because it's like possible that it might also be like, you know, it might be like a fantasy, kind of like American Psycho, the first one. So you're not really sure what's true or what's not. You can see this is some of the art, some of the people. There's Michael Madsen from the movie. There's the one that plays a boyfriend. There's the one that I have, basically. That's what mine says, Psycho Killer. You know, sugar, spice, everything dies. There's like another thing. I saw this on Showtime a bunch of times. So yeah, this was on Showtime a lot. There's another one, different type of art. There's another art where you can see how, you know, the killing is almost comical at times. So, you know, it's like, it's kind of a bit of like a comedy and stuff. So basically, like, her real father was like a serial killer. And he tried to kill her mom with a shovel because he was afraid when she was pregnant that she was going to give birth to another serial killer and all this other stuff. So, you know, it's basically... So, basically Gerald is Malcolm McDowell. That's like a creepy neighbor. Ella means goddess, for those that wonder. So, she starts killing at some point. She ends up, you know, this might have some spoilers. She ends up killing like the neighbor and stuff, you know, and then like she kind of gets like an ecstasy of the blood, like turns her on and stuff, you know. So like that kind of, you know, that kind of like does for her in a way. And then there's a part when she's like, she goes to the club. I think this is when she starts to look pretty good. Like right there, you can see her at the club. She looks pretty good right there. She definitely looks good right there. There you can see a nice close-up of her. She's looking pretty good when she goes to the club. And there's people like dancing at the club. And so she's at the club. She's mad because basically the guy she's supposed to meet isn't there. So this is one of her best outfits. I mean, it's not like she has many great outfits, but you can see that's a pretty good outfit right there. She's got like some nice shoes. She's got like a nice dress and everything, and she's basically at the club, and she's mad because the guy that she likes, he didn't show up. Like, he was late. He didn't show up to the her club, basically. So now she's mad and she's gonna like start killing people. So she like lures one guy into the car, she kills him, and then she comes to the other guy and she's like, I hope you're gonna last longer than he did. So it's kind of funny because like the Clueless, you know how she kind of has a narration. It's kind of like that in a way, where she's talking to herself and stuff like that. See there, you can see she's luring the guy into the friggin' thing. So you can say she's equal opportunity with like who she's gonna slay. You know, she doesn't discriminate. But yeah, I think she looks pretty good right here. So yeah, so then basically she's gonna kill a few people. Then there's a scene, I think in the streaming version there's like a little bit longer. I think there's a little bit more to it. You know what I mean? I think some of the scenes are longer and they have some sort of more of the, you know. Okay, you can see this is where Daniel goes to pick her up for the date. You can see they're in there, and you know, it's basically, she looks pretty nice there. She's got like a little like throwback dress. That was from like her mother. And the reason, like, it's funny because like when I saw this, originally I thought it was like Russia, how they would depict how they think Americans lived and dressed. And I was wondering, and then I saw that most of the stuff is filmed in Canada, so it is almost like a communist bloc country, basically doing things. So here's the thing, that's who the one that plays the mother. You can see she's got like a little bit of a crazy look to her too. And then that's Ella. She ends up at one point, she kind of dry humps him. So there's no nudity in this, so if nudity is like a thing for you, then you're not going to rate this as good. I'd rate it about a 6 or a 7. Some people have been more nicer than others on the ratings, but I'd say about a 6 or 7. Like if the nudity, no nudity bothers you, then it's going to be about a 6 at best. But you know, like the closest thing to the nudity is early in the thing when she goes to when she's thinking about being a stripper, and she's with Ron Jeremy, and she kind of puts him in a cage. But before that, Bianca Beauchamp, you can kind of see like she's wearing like a see-through dress. So there was a part in this where like she goes to the beach. And basically, you can see like she's got like that little like cat thing. I don't know who would ever wear that. There's a part when she comes to the beach in this, then when I watched the streaming, she'd have different shoes on. Like when she's going to the beach and when she's running to the beach, she had 2 different shoes. I think one was red bottoms, one was like purple bottoms. There's a few feet spots with her, nothing too crazy. Her feet are alright if you're into that. You know, you see some spots when she's wearing socks, if you like socks. There's a spot or two when she's like taking the shoes off, you know, stuff like that.
I wondered who was watching her for dinner.
You can hear how she kind of talks to herself, and there they are, they're going on the date. They're walking to the car together and stuff. So, you know, that's like kind of like a big moment for them. And then Daniel's like working out, and she like calls him, and his like place is a mess, and she just kind of like shows up there. So that's kind of like, you know, basically at the end, she ends up going free. I don't want to ruin it, but like what happens is her father's supposedly still around, and he's been watching over her kinda. So he starts killing people, and this is one guy who's like a real prick to Daniel, always making fun of him, making all these jokes, saying he's a virgin, this or that. He's driving around, he's really rude, he's rude to her, and he's like an asshole. She works at like the Stuffer Puff place thing, and there's a part when she like blows the thing up, and the kid's watching, and he freaks out. So anyway, like his friend's a virgin, and he still gets like sort of slain in like the end credits type thing. So here you can see this where she just shows up. She's trying to get some. She's looking for, you know, she's looking for some love on that one. So here she shows up, basically. She's dressed alright, nothing too crazy. But, you know, that's kind of like the big moment with that. And there's really not much. There's only 6 chapters, so, you know, then it's basically that. So that's basically it. So Psycho Killer. But in the full credits, it's Lady Psycho Killer. So like I said, it's a pretty decent movie. You have to like Kate Daly. If you don't like Kate Daly, you're not going to like the movie. If you like Kate Daly, you're going to like the movie probably to at least some degree. But if you don't like her, then you're not going to like the movie, basically. So it's basically as simple as that.